I didn't break it. I wanted to make it. I had set before where it would prioritize feature clips, and I only have a few of those. So I'm seeing a lot of repeats recently. So I figured I'd change that up a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this. So we did finish the deploy. It's like it just needed a little bit of time. Like just basically immediately after the ad started going, it finished. So it didn't fail. That's good, right? So let's take a look at what's going on behind the scenes, right? So I don't think we changed anything with the step function, but we have a new Lambda we should be able to go look at. Last modified today, 5 minutes ago. So here's our AppStack YouTube Uploader API Lambda. This is auto-generated name. At least with this one, because it is just like a Python. It's not a container. We can see the source code for the Lambda right in place, which is pretty nice. And maybe it even works. Kind of testing for this is going to be a little limited because I don't actually have episodes, and that process will take a little time because because what we need to do is we could do it. We'll go into the video editor, select the sections, and then have it do the renders, but the rendering process is going to take like an hour or more. So yeah, it's not something we'll be able to do on stream, unfortunately, because we need those rendered videos to then be able to trigger the upload. Unless I want to re-trigger an upload for something that's already been uploaded, which I don't want to do. That's going to mess with things. But anyway, so what we can do, right, is we can look at, let's see, so this should have permissions. If you look at permissions here, has access to step function, CloudWatch logs, DynamoDB. So that all looks reasonable. Right, because this doesn't need permission to access the secret. The step function, well, the AWS batch job does. So if we go over to Secrets Manager, this guy. So we have a new secret, and we have an old secret. So I'm not going to retrieve this yet. If we go to this one, so this one was created recently. Yeah, created today. Whereas this one, if I click versions, you can see it was created, previous version was created on February 22nd and last accessed on the 6th. And then the new version, so I updated this to add some things. So that should mean that if I go over here and click, I'm gonna look dangerously, I'm gonna click retrieve. It's just some made up stuff. I think it's set up so that it will just generate like a password or something. It's not anything. Don't bother trying to use this for anything. It's just something random that was generated. The real secret is in the old one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do the thing that we set up the other day, the secrets overlay. Hold secrets. Can't see. This was yet another thing that Brainless was like, you should do this. It's a thing you can do. So thanks for that. So now, yeah, there's some secrets here, and I don't believe there's enough pixels for you to be able to tell what's going on. So the secret is like it's key value pair, so it's like it's JSON that has like a client ID, client secret, auth URL, token URL, and redirect URL for the Google APIs. And so what I can do is I can just copy that, and I can click edit on the new one, and I can paste the same thing, and I can just migrate it over. And that means when I close the secret, let me go over to the other one and close this secret, then I can restore, I can hide the secrets overlay. Oop, there we go, and we're back. And then when I look at versions, you can see, okay, it was created, and then we have it was created, and now it's been updated just a little bit more recently. So there we go. That's the migration. So in this one, this is no longer attached to CloudFormation stack or anything. It's kind of freestanding. So I'm going to delete this. Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. You were attempting to delete the primary secret in this region. The last time the secret was accessed was 0 days ago, so it was accessed today. Series manager requires a minimum waiting period of 7 days before deleting the secret. You will not be able to retrieve the secret once it is scheduled for deletion. Interesting. I guess I've never actually tried to delete a secret. Cool. And I can cancel. But yeah, that should no longer be needed because the stack that uses it is now pointed at this new secret. So yeah, we're done with that. All right. So going back to our list of things to do. So we needed to set the user ID on the episode record. So we are hopefully retrieving the user ID. We are setting the upload status as ready to upload. We start the step function if it's not already running. The last thing we need to do is we want to schedule the step function to run daily. I think what I'm going to do though is I am going to remove this from this. I'm going to convert this to an issue. And oh, interesting. So can I do that? But then, oh, interesting. Cool, that does that. And then I'll remove it from the list. And then can we Telegram 403? There we go. All right, that adds it to the board. Which I think that might be the first time I had an issue that wasn't on the board that I added to the board like that. But anyway, yeah, so we'll daily question mark. I think daily is probably fine. What I want to do is I want to actually test the API and running the step function fully before I set up a schedule for it to run all the time, just in case. Okay, so now that I have slightly descoped what we're doing, we're done. There we go. Okay, so I'm not really in a position yet to actually properly test all of this. So we're just going to commit it as is, and I will kind of follow up on testing this once I'm ready. So feature implement YouTube uploader API with Lambda integration. Secret management is not really related to what's going on. In fact, I think what I'll do, let's have nicer commits. So let us stage that selection. There we go. And we're just going to stage the parts that are moving the secret. Like so. Right, okay, so just kind of like the parts up here except for this. Wait, why did that not do anything? Oh, there we go. Stage selected ranges. That's but I don't want to stage this. Remove that. Unstage. Oops. Yeah, I didn't want to stage both of those. Only one of those lines. So what I'm trying to do for those that are not familiar with get and all of its inner workings. And Moody Abigail support, another Moody Abigail account, I'm guessing. Hello, thank you for the alert. As far as the tool says, we'll keep the coding vibe strong. So what we can do though is we can say, hey, I want to isolate specifically the changes related to this one idea of a thing I was trying to do across multiple files. So there we go. So we stage just that one line, and then what we can do is let's see, so this part, stage that, and this part also stage. Right. So that leaves importing this type and adding this prop and adding the endpoint down here as a separate thing. And then I think in app stack we changed things, so we added this. We basically moved the definition of the secret up. So we'll stage that, and then challenging here because we need to stage this. What if I want to stage just this? I don't think that works. I'm gonna do something silly. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's yeah, hold that thought. Let's unstage that. Oh, I can't do that. How do I do this? Can we stash these changes? I usually don't bother spending. Oh, that was something. I usually don't bother doing this kind of detailed commit management because then I had to do it. All right. What did I break here? We are missing something. Let's see, new API construct. We get rid of that, and then we get rid of this. Yeah, YouTube app secret, and that is at least a good commit as is. Okay, so let's do that. Yep. And then let's restore our stash. Pop it. Apply latest stash. Yeah, and then we have merge conflicts because I went and modified things out from under it. It's what I get. That's what I get. So we want to accept just accept both and we'll clean it up. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then add that. Then accept. Get out of the way. Current change. It's gonna be a mess. Then, oh, I see. Incoming changes, and then get rid of this. Blah 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 blah. What are we missing? We lost something here. Actually, it'd be really obvious if I just look at the. Oh I can't when I'm merging changes. It's annoying. What am I missing? Oh, domain name. Okay. Cool. So if we add that, and then what am I effectively changing in AppStack? Okay, so I moved domain name. So can we move that back down to where it originally was? There you go. And so then when I look at what AppStack changed, if I stage it and I look at that, there we go. So then the only change is I'm moving YouTube Uploader up, and I'm adding a reference to YouTube Uploader API Lambda here. And that is the effective change there. And then in API.ts, I'm adding that prop, and then I am adding the endpoint. And so that is kind of representing what we're changing here, plus all the changes in this file for our Lambda. So feature, add YouTube Uploader API Lambda and integrate with API construct. That is what we did. All right, what changed in the front end? Change API.ts. We kind of change expectations around how this API was going to work. So let's commit that. Return type void and remove unnecessary return statement. So I'll publish that, and we will. I guess we already published the other one. So let's go open pull requests, and we can move on to other things. I do like more helpful, let's say, restore YouTube upload functionality. A new thing. I don't know how long this has been here, but I just noticed this the other day. Copilot actions. We can generate a summary. And it's definitely more detailed than what I would bother to write. Is it accurate? Is a separate question. So it says for our front-end repo, this pull request introduces several significant changes to the code base. Sure. I think that's overselling it. Including adding a new function for uploading episodes to YouTube, refactoring data provider logic, updating user interface to reflect new data fields. The most important changes are outlined below. Switch statement. Yep. Modified list. Updated to use that. Change the background color of the body element for a darker theme. I mean, the rationale is actually to prevent a flash of white when refreshing before the actual page styles are uploaded. I think even if you're on a light theme, right? If you refresh the page, it flashing darker is less annoying than being on a dark theme and it flashing lighter. All right, and then not only I'll have Copilot also review this. We'll also have our unit tests and stuff. But yeah, why not? It's all AI. Yeah, we do the same thing over here. Generate the summary of the backend changes. To upload API. This pull request introduces several changes to the CDK library. That's kind of a misleading statement. Integrating new YouTube Uploader Lambda function, refactoring existing code to accommodate new functionality. Most important changes include adding new properties to API construct props, updating API construct and AppStack classes, modifying YouTube Uploader class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What does it mean? What is it doing? Oh, are those supposed to be links? But they aren't links. feel like I've seen that working before, but it doesn't seem to work here. Let's create a pull request and see what it does. Oh, it does work. Okay, cool. So if I click 3, okay, it actually takes me to a place. That's pretty neat. My phone thought I was talking to it. That was very weird. Silly phone. Okay, moving on. We'll request a code review here. And let's see, what does it think? Using a Boolean field for YouTube video ID may be incorrect if it's expected to be a string. No. Incorrect. Same complaint? Yeah. No, I want to show a Boolean. I just want to know if the field is set. Okay, so I think that's reasonable, but that's nice. Okay, so we're just gonna merge. Just gonna do it. Maybe someday I'll have more significant tests for things, and we'll do testing, automated testing as part of these changes. That would be a thing that I would be doing if, you know, I was being paid to work on this, or people were being paid, or people were paying me to use it. Absent those things, we'll fix whatever problems come up as they come up. What are you complaining about? You think maybe there should be an environment variable. So this statement isn't true. This will be interpolated automatically because we are inside of a template string inside of TypeScript. So that is a false statement. I could have chosen to pass that as an environment variable to the Lambda so that at runtime it would get the value, but we're not doing it that way. Instead, we are actually injecting that string at build time into the source code. It's effectively what we're doing there. All right, is that the only complaint? Yep. All right. Enable auto merge because Rust is taking a little while to build. So we'll go ahead and go back to that, and this is done. We did it. It might even work. So what next? We got a little bit of time. We could do something. I think most of the other things are kind of larger efforts. Even like add cut list render options to the admin UI is going to be like we're gonna have to have a whole section of fields for our cut list object. Maybe add some color to our dark mode might be a good, like, easy thing to do. Let's go ahead and do that. I think that might be easy to do. Let's switch back to mini on all of these. Pull down our changes. So, do I have a theme.ts? I do, and glowing telegram front end. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm using an existing theme that's bundled into React Admin called Nano. What do I want to do here? I probably don't want to have, I guess I could look at other themes, React Admin themes. Maybe we just pick a different one completely and that has, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the page I'm looking for. Ooh. They have a theme switcher. Let's check out the e-commerce demo. So what I'm using right now is the Nano theme. So what I want to see is what are some nice looking dark mode themes. So there's like chiptune. Let's go to a different page that doesn't have this banner. I think the banner kind of throws things off. So if we go house. Interesting. Interesting. That's kind of colorful. Maybe too bright for a dark theme. So we have some stuff going on here with Radiant. Radiant might be good. Black and white is kind of the opposite of what I'm looking for. Default and soft. So what is the light mode? Radiant. This isn't bad. We could do Radiant. Yeah, let's try that. So should be like a Radiant dark theme, and I think I could mix and match them, right? Of like just like ooh, let's alias these. Dark theme. Oops, theme. Wait, no, it's the other way around, isn't it? Dark theme. That way, if I change this again, I don't have to change those other lines, right? Light theme. Oh, right. That's going to conflict, though. Let's do base dark theme. Yes, I like that. Base light theme. And then we'll just copy this there, this there. Nope. Okay, it was the other way around. Or wait. Is it like this? Yeah, whatever. Or is it as? I forget. Oh, it might be as? I know TypeScript, really. Alright. So we go back to our front end now. Maybe do a refresh. Okay. Did I... Dark as dark, light as light. Oh, I got these reversed. There you go. Alright. So now if I refresh, now we're on a light theme because, yeah. Alright. It's interesting. I don't hate this. I think this might be better. If I go to Stream Manager, yeah, it kind of busts up some of our other styling. Also, I must be okay. There we go. But that page needed some help anyway. This doesn't really change. Like if we go to streams and we go to the editor, this isn't changing the styling here because we're not using that theme for this. We have our own styling baked into this component. But yeah, I like this dark mode better. It's not quite as compact. That was one thing that the Nano theme had. I could add the little palette thing. I think there's like a standard component now to switch. But yeah, regardless, we did the thing that I wanted to do, which was to have some color in the dark mode. So let's ship it, so to speak. This is issue 405. Not everything has to be complicated. Is that a refactor? It's not really a refactor. Closes. Well, I'll add that separately. The issue is that I can't just say number 405 because that is an issue in the glowing telegram repo and not the front end one. All right, so let's publish that. And I think we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. I need to go find some lunch. So we're gonna get this going and then find someone to raid. All right, let's get that PR going. thinking about the project overall, I really feel like it's nearly at the point. So my vision for where this project needs to be like, okay, we're gonna put it on the shelf for a little bit in terms of working on it, is what? Well, what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to say, okay, let's go into the editor, which we need like a recent stream to be able to go and have like content. Actually, yeah, what I probably need to do is I need to do like click this and then click the oh, I don't have a, I thought I had an option to bulk. Interesting. So anyway, so there are things where I need to go and like trigger a process to scan the data. That would happen automatically when I'm ingesting new streams. But for all of these streams, my backlog of things, I need it to go and re-ingest stuff. And then be able to go into the editor. Maybe this one will work. Ah, yeah, we have data. There we go. Yeah, so this one works. I think it's good enough to have like this. Okay, I can clip silence a second just the times. I can click export. I need that to be like, it just works. I need to go through all of the backlog of streams. It's not that many. Do export to episodes. And then in the episodes view, get to the point where I can be like, okay, here are all the episodes. I say render and then upload to YouTube. And they're just on YouTube. And that will probably take quite a long amount of time to get them all up there. But that's, once I can get to the point where I can just like cue the system to process all of those, like not this list, because this is also process stuff. It's whatever. But get to the point where we can just like get everything working in the background to get onto YouTube, so that I can finally catch up with the backlog again, with all the new tooling. Then I think that'll be a good point to just like take a break from this. I've been working on this for over a year. I have been thinking about other things. I think I mentioned before, kind of looking at maybe doing some stuff with Godot. I've had a lot of game ideas over the years, but I think probably a good place to start will be with like some simple, like kind of going back to the basics, like early arcade games, thinking of like, Pong to Breakout, those sorts of things, to get used to that tooling, and maybe looking at doing some art stuff and that sort of thing. And I also have mentioned getting back into like Minecraft modding. We touched on that a little bit. I had some ideas. I'm just not really excited about any of the mod ideas that I had in the past. So I think I would need to have, like, we would need to come up with something that would be a little bit more interesting than what we did with the magical wand thing the last time I was playing around with modding. But I guess if I'm going to do that, I'll probably do it with Kotlin, something that all of my experience with using Kotlin has been on those couple of streams that I did. But it seems that there's some interest in like doing modding with Kotlin in terms of like on the YouTube side of things. So maybe that would be a good thing to do. But yeah. All right. Anyway, enough wool gathering. Did we get this? Yeah. And it's already merged. All right. So we are closed out on the things we took on for today. I'm gonna go find us someone to raid. So I want to say thanks so much, folks, for coming out to the stream. For those that came by earlier or later, those that are lurking, or that came by and asked questions. The question though is,